Frank Andrews. This is my 1972 Charger Rallye Edition.
Hey everybody, it's Muscle Car Campy and we're back with another Mopar today. A 1972 Dodge Charger Rallye. First year for the Rallye package. This one's got a 440 Magnum in it. It's got the Hemi orange paint. It's a perfect example of where the muscle car movement was going right before it all short-circuited. Remember, don't forget, before we get started, hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes live. We've got so many cool cars coming up, you won't want to miss any of them. Where else are you going to go to find the one-year-only 1972 Rallye Charger doors? I love the indentations with the strobe stripe on the side. Didn't make it to 73. It was just a really cool addition. Our feature car today has Cragar SS wheels, a lot of day 2 modifications. Some you might even say are day 3. In 1971, the Charger body was all new. In fact, every 2-door intermediate Dodge was called the Charger. You know, they kind of separated it away from the Coronets. All the Coronets were 4 doors, all the 2 doors were Chargers. They really needed to pick up sales that fell off the table in 1970. What they came up with was this gorgeous fuselage styling. It was supposed to look like a jet airplane, and you can see it as you go down the sides. It kind of curves underneath. It still had some of that Coke bottle shape down the side, but it was an absolutely stunning piece of equipment. In 71, you could get exposed headlights on the Charger for the first time, if you're not including the 69 Charger 500, which was a specialty vehicle. They really revamped the whole lineup for 72. Gone were the muscle car models like RT, Super B, and 500. In their place were more kinder, gentler names. The high performance model was the Charger Rallye. The SE was back for another go-round as the luxury special edition. But for the first time, like we said, you could get exposed headlights on the Charger. It was going towards another era, but a new era that was gladly accepted by enthusiasts. This is a car that sold over 75,000 units in 72, the best year for Charger in a long time. Couple of things on our feature car. The painted bumpers were a factory option and installed on this car originally. This is not something the owner did later. When we talk about day 2, there's nothing more day 2 on a 72 Charger than Cragar SS wheels. A lot of people like your American torque thrust nowadays, but by 72, they were passé. Everybody was using either Cragar SS's or Keystone Classics by 1970. This car looks absolutely perfect with the Cragar SS wheels. It's got naturally it's got BF Goodrich radial TAs. That seems to be the most popular tire for these cars. Again, as I said in the introduction, I love the Rallye doors. If you can find a set of those today, 1 year only, that's probably a $5,000 pickup for you. You know, looking at the roof line here, what a beautiful design. I mean, just looked so good. It was a departure from 68 to 70. Obviously looked nothing at all like 66, 67. Far more slippery design than the 68 to 70 car. Richard Petty himself said this was the favorite car he ever had, his 73, 74 Charger. When he went to those, he won more races with those cars than anything else. You know, at first glance, you look under the hood, it looks like a carbureted engine, but look a little closer, you see it's got Edelbrock ProFlow port fuel injection on it. It's got the Edelbrock fuel pressure regulator against the firewall, also has an Edelbrock fuel pressure gauge. Looks close to stock, but man, it runs a lot better. You've got twin electric fans here. These cars, the 440 was rated at 280 net horsepower. That was a big downturn. You know, compression had gone from 10 to 1 to 8.2 to 1 in 1972. Everything was going to net ratings, make it look a little more appealing to the insurance companies. This car now, with the modifications it has, Edelbrock Performer RPM cylinder heads, hydraulic cam, fuel injection, now makes 290 to the wheels. He's added a few more niceties to the car, a tachometer, gauges under the dash, It does have the standard 150 mile an hour speedometer, the tough wheel. This was a cool car in 1972, and we think it's an even cooler car now. Another feature of the Rallye were these special taillights, the blackout portion over here. Car looked really good from the factory. It was such a departure from 70. Like I said, by 72, people really caught on to it. The recession that had started in the beginning of the year, Nixon repealed the excise tax on new car sales, so things really started picking up in 72. Went crazy in 73. In 73, they actually sold over 100,000 Chargers for the first time ever. So this was really a great era for the Charger. Alright, we're with owner Frank Andrews in this gorgeous Charger Rallye 1972 Day 2 style hot rod, Hemi orange paint, TKX 5-speed, big giant power dome hood. Frank, I'd ask you what your favorite part of this car is, but you'd probably say yes.
Yeah, all of it.
I mean, this thing, now when you bought it, it still had the original 340 in the car.
Yes.
What wheels were on it?
Pretty much the same rims, the Krager rims, and I replaced the rear tires with a slightly bigger 60, but they're generally the same BF Goodrich raised white letter tires.
Sure. Well, you really do have that authentic look going on here, you know, a little bit bigger tire in the back than the front. And very cool.
That's what I was going for.
You know,
your old school hot rod.
Yep.
You know.
But with some modern touches. You added vintage air, you added a nicer radio. What's really cool to me, now I know having owned an E-body, the interiors, the instrument panel, very similar to the E-bodies, the Challengers and the Cudas. But the one difference, the major difference, and maybe because the Charger was a more expensive car, or a more top-of-the-line car, the door panels are about 1,000 times nicer. They have really nice vinyl covering. If you've ever been in an E-body, it's just cheap molded plastic. You would lift your arm off it and you would have white dots of plastic or black dots of plastic, depending on the color of the interior. Didn't come out how Chrysler had hoped. These door panels are way nicer.
I've never noticed that big a difference between the E-bodies, but I guess you're right.
Yeah. There's no padding on them like there is up here. The seats are very similar, very comfortable. You know, Frank, between the hooker headers, the Flowmaster mufflers, this thing sounds absolutely wicked. I love the factory exhaust tips on the car with the cooling vents on it. I mean, it's just such, again, even the exhaust tips were styled to another degree. And it's just how they did things back then.
Yeah, everybody loves the exhaust tips. I think they call them machine gun style or something.
That's kind of like what they look like. Now it really sounds good.
Yeah. It likes the wide open road.
And now with the TKX in it, the Tremec gearbox, man, you were saying before you're cruising 80-85 miles an hour at 2600 RPM. You can drive this thing anywhere. And I do know you do drive this car an awful lot.
It's like night and day with that trimming.
But that hood is just a sight for sore eyes. It looks so tough. Charger Rallye gave you all the standard Charger features, plus front and rear sway bars, F70 14 tires, which obviously have more than that. But very cool automobile overall. Like I said, I just love driving around in it.
So do I. Always have a smile on my face.
Now you had another Charger when you were a younger man, didn't you?
Yep.
What was that?
1974 Rally. Looked very much like this one, but it was banana yellow.
Yeah, you had a little different grill, a little different roof line in 74. What engine was in that one?
318.
318. The motor that you could not kill. Was probably a very good engine for a young man at the time, but everybody, of course, wants the bigger motor, the 400, the 440, or even just the 74 would have been a 360.
Yes. Yeah, the 318 probably kept me out of a few accidents.
So Frank, what's left? What do you want to do next with this car? Anything?
I'll tell you, I think I've got it just the way I want it now, and that's literally after I did the TKX Tremec conversion. I mean, I'd like to fix that little spot on the hood.
Yeah, you do have that one little ding that's been with the car since you got it.
Yeah, that thing drives me nuts.
But you know what? My feeling is if you fix that, you'll get another one somewhere else, and you're just chasing.
Right, perfection.
You're lucky to have a car like this. Everywhere we went, people were giving us thumbs up. I mean, in a sea of white, silver, gray, and black new cars and SUVs.
Every time I stop to get gas, I end up having a 20-minute conversation with someone about the car.
The Hemi orange is spectacular. It just looks so good. Isn't it funny how they called it Hemi orange in 72 and there was no more Hemi?
Yeah, well, maybe that's why.
That's it. The Hemi lived in name only.
Yeah. My favorite two colors for Chrysler and Dodge is the plum crazy purple and the Hemi orange.
Yeah. All right, sports fan. This is Muscle Car Campy saying see you later. That's all for now. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Check out all the great videos we've got on the channel. There's lots more to come. You won't want to miss any of it. Special thanks to owner Frank Andrews for letting us shoot his fabulous, fabulous 72 Charger Rallye.